Before we get into this week's episode, I wanted to let everyone know all of the information, let's just call it like Mom Finds Business information, is going to be at the end of every single episode. So the services that I offer, how to contact me, information on how to find me on my socials, information about my website, my itineraries, my sweatshirts, all my learning resources, all of that can be found at the end. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of season 2. Allie and I are in San Diego. What up? And, you know, the weather was a little rainy for us when we got here. We got here at like 8. We took a super early flight this morning because that was the cheapest. And honestly, I'm happy we did because then you get like the whole day to just like do what you want to do. And Allie and I just hung out at our hostel and just, you know, did our nails and, you know, do what we do. The hostel that we're staying at is this Samsung. Oh shit, I just fucking... Samsung hostel, and like location wise it's really great. It's like right by the beach, by all these shops, and like down, I don't think we're in downtown San Diego, but we're by Ocean Beach. Allie knows more of me. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. But also, they don't have lockers in their rooms, and the room that we're in is like really, really small, and it's 6 person. And when we kind of just like brought it to the attention of the staff here about like that's kind of unsafe to like not have lockers inside the hostel, the lady was super fucking judgy and was just like, well, this is communal living. Like, this is what a hostel living is. And I was like, I understand that. I've been in hostels before and I've never been in a place where I couldn't lock my stuff. And then she goes, well, like everybody knows our terms and conditions and like it's safe. And I was like, what? And then she instantly goes, when I first brought it to her attention, she instantly goes, well, I can give you a full refund, like instantly just like wanting to push us out. And I was just like, it's just kind of unsafe to like not have, like, I have my shit that I'm not trying to get fucking jacked. And, you know, I understand there's that underlining respect, but not everybody has that. If somebody is traveling and you know, like, and somebody has their stuff around and nobody's in here, like, some bitch used my towel when I was literally, like, just left. Like, that's nasty. Like, I'm not gonna put it past people to not go through my shit.
And our hostel mate told us about this almost homeless, maybe she was homeless, she doesn't really know, but got kicked out.
Because she punched it, she literally swung on a staff member and got kicked out. And she was literally staying in our room when we were talking to this lady who's also staying in our room, and she was giving us all this tea, and we were like, so clearly like somebody got in here that like, you know, could have been like a little dodgy. And I just like, I don't even know if people in SoCal are just like fucking naive to just shady people, but I did not appreciate the judgmental of like, I don't know what a hostel is, and the passive aggressive and just like bitchy ass shit that we got when I tried to provide feedback about how it's just not really safe to have a hostel and a communal living where you cannot lock your shit. So I recommend, to prevent that, is having luggage that you can lock on your own. So my little travel suitcase has locks that I can put a code. We went to Target and got, which is right down the street, like everything that you would need. Like, we forgot shit and we were able to go to Target and get stuff. So that was really good. And so we got locks, and like my theft proof backpack, I'm able to lock. My little duffel bag that I use for work, I can't lock that. So nothing valuable is in there. But yeah, I was just like really taken aback by that. And the first time where I literally was just like being judged and like just act like I didn't understand, and I just don't fucking appreciate that shit. Really brought our vibes down. But I mean, overall, vibes are back up again. We walked to the beach and it was lovely. We had breakfast at Coffee Republic and it was real good. Good ambiance, good food. We got espresso martinis. I got the Portuguese scramble. Allie got the mushroom and pesto eggs benny. We're getting ready for Big Gigantic now, and then we're gonna go out to dinner. So pretty sweet. Check back in later. Okay, hello, it's Lex. I am no longer in San Diego. I am home. I podcasted a couple more times when I was down there, but when I was like re-listening, I was like, I'd much rather just like now talk about it. Because I only podcasted like after the concert and yeah, did a couple things. But overall, San Diego was fun because I think I just finished re-listening to what I recorded before, and we were getting ready for Big Gigantic and we were gonna go do dinner, and I like told you about the whole like lockers and shit. For the whole review on like the hostel, honestly, other than that whole like small room and locker situation, it was like a pretty like solid hostel. Like in the tier of San Diego area, there is Ocean Beach, Pacific Beach, and then there's like another another one. I want to say that is like the San Diego. There's like a 3-tier thing. And where we stayed, the Same Sun hostel, it was on the lower tier. So our friend Mace, shout out Mace, he lives down there, and so we met up with him and got he took us out and we got tacos, and we just like had like a good little dinner. And so there's like Ocean Beach, PB, the Same Sun Beach, but so I'm looking at a map right now, I'm trying to figure it out. And then because then below us is the Sunset Cliffs, which we did the Sunset Cliffs, and we did it yesterday because I got home last night, and do the Sunset Cliffs, you have to. And so location is definitely like where, like May said, like more of like where the bums hang out, and like the beach bums, and like it's like super kind of like hippy dippy there, but it was really cute. Even though I'm like, yeah, it was like a solid hostel, like I don't know if I'd stay there again. I feel like if everything else was too expensive, and if I was like a situation where I was like, well, I guess I'll just stay there again, because it was like on a strip, there was like coffee shops and like really good breakfast. We went surfing like right at the edge, like we just had a good time. So like in terms of like the hostel, like I've stayed it better, but like it was still a decent, because we were able to keep our stuff there, we were able to shower when we left, like so it was just like, other than the lockers and the small room, I would still say like, you know, like a chill hostel. So recommend, but don't know if I'd stay there again. But like for the price and stuff and everything like that, I feel like maybe I'd stay there again. See, I don't know, I'm just like undecided. That's just how I'm left feeling after staying there. So take how I'm feeling right now into my review of that hostel. And so like, yeah, like I don't know, and I was asking Allie about it too. I was like, how do you feel? Like, would you stay there again? Like, would you not? I was like, if I did stay there again, I would stay in a bigger room, and I would want a locker. Even though everything like ended up being fine, it was like still like gave me anxiety knowing that my stuff was just like out, but because I had locks, it was still secure in a way. But like I guess in Europe and in Oz too, like every place just had like, this was my first hostel in America that I stayed in, and so I feel like it could have been better. But anyways, Big Gigantic was fucking sick. They put on a show. They put on such a good show. Like the sax, the drums, and like those are just like sexy instruments. Oh man, me and Oz, we were just like, we did it. We made it. We got there early. We were right up at the front. Like it was awesome. I wore my freaking hot pink wig. Like it was just fun. Like when we were getting ready, we were just having so much fun. Like overall, the concert was sick as fuck. And, you know, I'm not a big drinker, but, you know, I was on my Mother Earth drugs, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And it was a really freaking good time. Really freaking good time. Like, the vibes were just, like, up. Like, they did play, like, a lot of their new music, which I did like, but, they didn't do the remix by Macklemore, like, Can't Hold Us, I think that's what it's called, that I drummed to, and, like, that was just, like, such a good remix. I heard that one live, like, twice, and it's so good. And so I was like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? But, like, they were promoting their, like, new album, which I totally understood and like respect, but I was like, damn, that one was sick. That would have got me really fucking going. But overall, super good. So if they are ever near you, I recommend, because it's just like EDM with live instruments. It's just like a whole thing, like sensation overload, and it's just like fun. If you're like into that kind of thing, everybody has fun differently, you know what I mean? Like my fun does not have to be your fun, but if what I'm saying sounds fun and you're just like, if you just, you know, just never really made it happen for yourself, this was such a quick trip turnaround. Like it was just an idea and then a plan, and then we executed the plan, and then it happened, and now I'm at, you know, just like back home now, because today I've just been, you know, housekeeping, putting all my shit away, cleaning, and like all that, and it's just like, yeah, that's how you make shit happen. And it was just like a really fun like little weekend, because we were going to Cabo, and we decided we can't go to Cabo because we can't afford it. And we're like, okay, but then I want to do something. And then I've been saying that I wasn't going to do a birthday trip, but I'm kind of thinking this is kind of like my birthday trip. Like my birthday's next week. And so this kind of was like an accidental like birthday trip and not birthday trip. I mean, it's Pisces season. I am for sure a spicy Pisces. I am like a Pisces through and through. I love being a Pisces. But anyways, back to San Diego. Big Gigantic was fun. And then after we went to the Shore Club, we had friends going there. So, okay, so before we went out to Big Gigantic, we went out to dinner, and we went to Mike's taco stand, and it was right near our hostel, like bomb. And while we were there, these two gentlemen sit next to us, because there's like a little hole-in-the-wall taco stand, like right on the beach, and there's a backside when you walk in, but you wouldn't notice that unless you went around the corner and then walked in. So these two guys sat next to us. We were just like, chit chat. I'm in my hot pink wig. I felt like the wig all night was just like such an attention like grabber. And so that like started a conversation, and then we were just like chit chatting, and then found out the other friend, like we went to the same college, and so just like making conversation. And then when I walked away, he asked for my number, and so that felt good, and that was fun. So wearing a hot pink wig, getting some numbers, gonna go see Big Gigante. The vibes were up. Had great fucking tacos. Like, it was just a good night. He was like, yeah, like, let me know when you're done at the concert. Like, hit me up. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, cool. Thanks. So then we like go to the concert, and then the concert's sick. But oh my gosh, Allie freaking literally went thrifting and found, which is such a great buy, found a like old camera, and we brought it, and they would not let her bring it in, and they were like, only media people can bring cameras. Like, what the fuck is the difference between this like 1990 camera to my iPhone? Like, so she was like, what am I gonna do with my camera? So then she literally wrapped it in like plastic and shoved it in a bush, and she was like freaking out. She was like, oh, the camera better be there, because we literally just had a freaking sick ass photo shoot in our Uber, and our Uber driver was sick. He was like giving us pointers, because he like had a degree in photography and like did all this stuff and like videography, and like he was like, yeah, put the angle like this, go like this, and we were just having like a photo shoot in the car. We were doing it on that camera, and so we were gonna be so bummed. Like, that was just like such a good have, and for that reason I was like, you fucking bitch asses. So she shoved it in a bush, and we were like, okay, we cannot forget this when we leave. We didn't, and so we went and got it. Oh, just to add, like, the drinks at this, because it was at the Sound, the concert was in Del Mar, and the drinks were like $13, which was just like, whatever. Like I said, Mother Earth drugs, so like, I don't really drink that much. But yeah, and then so what we also did, because the Uber costs like $45 to get out there. I have everything broken down, like, all together, how much we spent. So that's when I go over the numbers, but I think like to get out there was like $20 each, and then $22 to get like back over down the coast. Before the concert, we had reserved like an Uber time slot, so like we made sure that we set that up before the concert, and we just like were like, okay, let's get picked up around 12:15, which ended up being perfect, because I asked one of the workers, I was like, what time did this usually end? He was like, around midnight. I was like, okay, perfect, because when we left, and we were just able to get Uber like super easily, like we were just waiting for her to get there. And then later that night, we took another Uber, and when he was telling us, he was like, yeah, I was out there was people still out there waiting. Like, when we and Allie were headed home, like we, like after the concert, we like went to the Shore Club, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, Speed Shore Club, and we were headed home at like 1:30, and the concert ended like an hour, and so that just like fucking sucks. And that's always like my biggest thing when I'm traveling, is like transportation, where I'm gonna sleep. Like, I don't like not knowing those things. Also, public transportation in San Diego, we did it, and super easy. Make sure you have cash, unless you're gonna get like the card. We didn't even get the card. Luckily, I just had cash. $2.50 for me and Allie to, where the fuck did we go? Oh, the Balboa Park. That's what we did. And so, but hold on, I'll get that. I'm getting fucking ahead of myself. And so we went to the Shore Club. Yeah, we just had fun there, still in the fucking hot pink wig. Now I'm just like, really feeling myself, like really feeling a lot of things. And we're just having like a really good time, and just like chit-chatting. And then freaking Allie, the two people that we met up with, they were with a girl, and then it was like one guy that we went to high school with, and then another guy that didn't go to our high school, but like was adjacent, like he was just in that crowd because of our other friends. He slid off on Allie's story and was like, Lexi's so fine. And I was like, Allie, don't. Like, just don't. Like, because I have never really vibed with him. I respect that you are a human being, but you are just not my people. Like, it's just like, not everybody is everybody's people. Like, I know that I'm not everybody's person. Like, my energy does not vibe with everybody's energy, and that's completely fine. Like, I just want to find like my people, and the people that like vibe with my vibe. And like, when it comes to rejection, it's not even just like I take like a hit to my ego. It's more just like, okay, like I'm not your people. Like, okay, sounds good. Like, respect as, human to human, and like whatever. And so she starts just like creating this fucking thing with that, and I was just like, dude, don't. I'm like in my head right now, I'm having a really good time, like super vibey, just like doing what I do. So we get to this place, and I obviously know, and he know, because he was like, yo, Allie, like put me in with Lexi, like get it with, like help me get with Lexi, like as if like she is gonna have any sway over in what I do. Like, I will take the feedback and opinions of others when in terms to me making decisions about life, because I like other people's feedback, so I can see different perspectives and like different angles of everything.
But ultimately, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. For example, when I go to the Atlantis spa 2 weekends ago, whatever Valentine's Day weekend was, when I hooked up with my ex, everybody that I was with was like, do you really want to do that? Like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. And I was like, yeah, I know. But I think I'm gonna do it. I want to do it. I know it's a bad idea, but I think I'm pretty set on doing it, so I'm gonna do it. And everybody was like, are you sure? But then after the next morning, and my mom was like, I can't believe you're doing the walk of shame right now with your mother. I was like, Mom, can you I understand that I'm your daughter and I came out of you. Understood. But you also have to see me as my own individual human. Like, not as your daughter, as like my own individual, just human fucking being. And I'm doing the walk of shame. You saw me. We had this whole conversation last night. You helped me make this decision. I told you everything. I told you how I slid up on his story. All of it. So just don't. Because not only are you my mother, but you are my friend. And so, hush it over there, woman. So, anyways. Where the fuck was I even going? God damn it. So that's just a testament to just, like, my mind. I am in command of my mind. Nobody's gonna have, like, an actual, like, final say in the decisions that I make. Because I'll incorporate all of your feelings and respect and understand and empathize with you. But ultimately, I'm going to make decisions that prioritize me. And so when it came to this guy, I was like, yo, Ollie, stop doing your shit. And so when we got there, I was just like, making conversation, chit-chatting, like, and he just kept, like, like the hand, like, when you come up and, like, meet somebody, it's just, like, the handshake and, like, you, like, do knucks and, like, all that shit. And at first, like, when I first saw him, it was like, okay, cool, like, hey, how are you? And then he just got, like, super, super, like, wasted, like, oh my gosh, so like, as the night went on, he just, like, kept coming up to me, like, trying to touch me, like, trying to do the handshake thing with me again, and I just, like, wasn't fucking with that, and I just was, like, uncomfortable, and he was just like, do you want a drink? And I was like, no, thank you, like, I'm not drinking, like, no, thank you. He just, like, kept, like, with the whole drink thing, and I just, like, how many times do I need to say it? Like, no, I don't want a fucking drink. Damn. And then he, like, came up and, like, put his, like, hand on my back, and my love language is touch, and, it's just, I'm very specific on who just, like, gets to, like, touch me. So just, like, every time he just, like, wanted to, and it's not just him, it was multiple guys that night. It's just like, why the fuck do you feel the need to put your hands on my body? Like, you don't need to do that. Like, you don't need to come up and put your hand on my back. Like, and I feel like they feel it because, like, I can feel my body tense, like, when I, like, touch, like, when I feel myself. And so I know for a fact, because guys' hands will also fucking linger. And so then it's like an arch of the back to be like, yo, or like an elbow to my back to, like, be like, who the fuck is, like, touching me and, like, trying to just, like, fuck with my shit. But it's also because touch is my love language. When I am super vibey with somebody, it's, like, fun. So this guy's just, like, he's just super drunk and is just, like, not really taking the hint that I'm just, like, not. And I'm not even I'm just, like, dancing, doing my thing. I'm fucking just, like, having fun. And then Allie runs into this guy that we went to high school with who was a year below us. And I didn't really remember him at first until she showed me, like, what he looked like in high school. And I was like, holy fucking shit, I remember him. Like, oh, now I remember. He was tiny. He was that tiny kid in the year below us. I'm, like, sitting up on, like, the bench, like, up, and I'm looking at her. I see her that way, and they're talking, but I'm, like, in between the crowd of people on the other side. And they're, like, chit-chatting, and then I'm just, like, looking at him. I was like, okay, like, he's, like, cute. Like, he's fun. He was, like, a little freaking energized bunny, and just, like, boo, 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 like, talking, and that's how I'm an energized bunny as well, and I like that energy because I've just dealt with people who don't have my energy, like, wanting to just, like, bring my energy down, like, me, like, I remember, like, past relationships, just, like, having to tone myself down and, like, not be as, like, energetic or just, like, social and just, like, you know what I mean, because I was, like, with somebody or just, like, not. So when I see that energy in somebody else, I'm just like, ooh, I fuck with you because, like, I have that energy too, and this energy is not for everyone. And so I'm, like, going up with him and we're talking, and then I introduced myself and he was like, oh yeah, and then we started talking about high school and just, like, chatting, and then we just started talking about traveling, and then we, like, snowball, and I like, swear, like, oh, talking about traveling is just, like, an instant turn on for me because it's just like, oh, it's like, oh, you love to travel, that's amazing. And so we're just, like, snowballing through our travels. He's, like, telling me about his stories in Europe, I'm telling him about my stories in Europe, like, we are just, like, having fun. And so we start kind of having those, like, little, like, body language language, like touches, like, you know? And so that I'm like super into, you know, like I'm gonna, cause I noticed with the other guy, like he tried to hold my hand way longer and I just like would snap it back. Like he would do those things that I did with that other guy, but because I was into it, I was obviously reciprocating it. And so obviously the other guy was not into that, and he got so just bent out of shape, started calling me a racist because I was not into him, and literally tried to get my other friend from high school to like get in on that with him, to like call me a racist because I wasn't fucking into him and wasn't like giving him the attention that I was giving this other person. And I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, dude, like back off. Like, that is not cool. Like, handle rejection better. Like, I'm not, like, it's been known. I've known you for years. Like, did you think that something was gonna, I don't even fucking know. I'm like talking to the other guy, energized money guy, and we're just like talking, and it was like fun, and yeah, I was bummed in the bar, because literally then we're just vibing and having like conversation, and then they like, it was like last call and they kicked everybody out, and so that kind of like ended our night, which was like such a bummer, because I was like, having like a really, like, I was just like also very just energized and like awake and just doing what I was just like, I don't want to go to sleep yet, like, this is fun, like, like just like super bubbly and just like happy and just, you know, excited. But that kind of like ended the night, and then we were like kind of figuring out what we were gonna do, like what our next move was. And so we walked over to Open Bar, and that, because that place didn't close till 2, and it was like 1:15. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I thought San Diego's bar was supposed to stay. This was Saturday night. I was like, after going from Big Gigantic to that, it was like I needed a club. I needed to be bumping and like moving, because it was like the lights were on. So it's like the Shore Club, it was like fun, but I needed more. You know, like it got fun because like I started like mingling and talking to people, but yeah, I needed definitely, so after going from Big Gigantic to that, I needed something a little bit more like music and like a little dark, like lighting better, and like, you know, just way more vibey in the dance. Tomorrow I was like, I need a dance floor. That's what I want. I just wanted to like dance and just have a good time. Cause then I stood up on one of the things, and I guess no girls on elevated surfaces there, so kind of got kicked down. Couldn't stand up there, but when we were walking to Open Bar, we get there and they're like, no, we're not letting everybody else in. And then that was kind of the end of the night. And then we were ordering Ubers, and then this guy again comes up to me, starts talking to me. But then we actually talk about traveling, and I was like, okay, sweet. Like I'm not going to be rude and not talk to you about this. I'm actually interested in this conversation now. Like, you've traveled a lot, like yada, yada, yada. But then he just like kept getting closer to me. And so I literally would like, just like, you know, mess around with my feet position and just slowly, you know, be taking step backs. And I was just like, can you please stop just like getting close to me in my fucking space? Then I was like, okay, is it like almost done? Like, are we just like, is the Uber fucking almost here, please? We're talking, and then I bring up the other guy from the bar. I was like, what? Because I saw him again and he had a purse, and I was like, oh fuck, does he have a girlfriend? Like, because we were like flirty and like I read up on people's energy, even when they like try, even because, you know, I just feel like some people will like do it. I don't know, maybe that's just him, but you know, I was feeling some sort of vibes, but also it could have been the drugs. And so I saw him but when I saw the purse, I was like, because I don't know, I just always not assume the worst, but you know, gotta be careful. And so I was like, oh fuck, he's carrying a purse. But then I was like, he's like a fun guy. Like, I bet he does have like, you know, like a girlfriend. That whole purse situation, because then I saw him and he was like really good to meet you, and I was like, like nice purse. But then I was like, okay, you don't know that for sure. Like, who knows? You know. You never know. But then I brought it up because Allie knew him. And I was like, does so-and-so, like, do you think he has a girlfriend? Like, I want to do some investigating. Duh. I'm going to investigate and see. And then when I brought that up, the other guy was like, he did have a girlfriend. Like, duh. Like, why? And I was like, how am I supposed to know? Like, I'm not, like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, I don't know. Like, he just like jumped down my throat and like said that he had a girlfriend, even though he doesn't fucking know shit. And then comes and turns around at me. He was like, didn't you date? Oh no, he was like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, no. And he was like, didn't you date some guy like not too long ago? I was like, yeah. And he was like, who is he? I was like, just some guy. And he was like, well, what's his name? And I was just like, said his name. And then what else? What did he say? He was like, where is he from? Like, where is he from? And then I was just like, why are you asking me about, like, words are hard. And I just, like, I started, like, fumbling and stumbling. And I was like, why are you like, I felt the tears coming. I was like, stop asking me about him. Like, I don't want to talk about him, especially to you. And just the mindset and where I was in my headspace. And if you've been following along, I feel like if you've picked up on my clues, you know what kind of headspace I was in. And yeah, that really took a turn for me. And I was like, fuck, fuck, fuck. I do not want to cry in front of you. I do not want to cry in front of these people. Fuck me. And Alice was just like, it's okay, babe. Like, we're, like, the Uber's almost there. And I just fucking held it together. I literally, like, pulled my fucking bangs down. And I was just like, fuck you. You already fucking called me a racist. You've been up in my shit all night. And then you want to just bring up my ex, you fucking jackass. And so, finally got into the car, and our fucking Uber driver was lit. His name was Luis. I'm almost positive Allie was the one that ordered it, and he was from the Bay, and he just turned my mood around. Like, he was so fun. Like, because he just, like, was making me laugh. He was like, I always represent the Bay. And because he turned around, he was like, I like your wig. Girls down here, like, would not wear that. Like, everybody's, like, too, like, hoity-toity, and, like, would not walk around with, like, a hot pink wig. And I was like, yeah, I was at, like, a rave festival, and he was like, that's fucking sick. And I was like, yeah, like, I feel like people down here are just, like, a little soft, because we told him about the locker. They're just, like, I don't even know, like, in their own world down in SoCal, I guess. And he was like, yeah, no, like, people down here just need to get their fucking ass kicked sometimes. Like, always represent the Bay. You need to slap a motherfucker, you gotta slap a motherfucker. And I was just fucking dying, because I was like, it is, like, we go party up in Sac, like, you have to be careful. And I was just really, really in, like, the whole of my emotions after that whole thing, and our Uber driver really just, like, put a smile on my face, and I could not stop laughing, because it was just so fucking funny. Because I was definitely getting looks from girls, like, at the, like, shore house, because I was in the hot pink fucking wig. I was like, yo, like, chill the fuck out, like, it's fun, like, yeah. So overall, that was that, because then we just, like, got back, and, like, me and Allie showered. We, like, had to shower, and, like, I was, like, in the room, and it was just, like, so fucking hard to get my shit. I was just, like, trying to focus. I couldn't focus. I was like, why am I in here? What do I need? What is the plan? I need my suitcase. I need my bag, my toiletries. Oh, man, it was just, like, a lot going on, and it was dark, and when you're in the hospital, you're trying not to wake up everybody else, because this was at, like, now 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, where is my bag? Where is my shit? We had the whole bathroom to ourselves, which was, like, great, and then we like went to bed, and it was good. And that was Saturday. And then Sunday, we just, like, laid in bed, was slow moving, and we wanted to go to the Balboa Park, and it was actually recommended by one of our hostel mates, 2 girls, which they were so sweet, and they were so lovely, and we loved chatting with them. I think they were from Utah. I'm not sure. Somewhere over here. Utah, Idaho. I don't know. But they were lovely. Like, really loved actually sharing a room with them. And they told us about the Balboa Park, and it's this park with a whole bunch of different museums, like the zoo's there. I don't support zoos, only sanctuaries. And there's, like, different, like, little villages and, like, spots where you can just, like, go and walk around. Like, there was a museum of us. There's the museum of, like, air and science. There was the Spanish Quarter. Oh, the Spanish Village Art Center. There was a little coffee truck in that center, and I got the best matcha latte ever. I got it iced. It was so good. I was like, this is, like, so creamy and delicious. I just, like, recommend. I love matcha, and it was really good. And matcha can be a hit or miss. Like, I've not always had a great matcha latte, so I do appreciate one when I have it, and that was really good. And so. But before we went, so okay, I'm gonna have myself. But we wanted to the Balboa Park, so that was the Balboa Park. But before we went to the park, went to Cafe 21 for breakfast, and it was delish. Like, I got, like, the avocado toast there. I got the sangria. Yeah, it was delicious. It was a cute little vibey place. We sat up at the bar. Definitely recommend. And then from there, we were able to walk to the park. So we bussed on our way home. So we walked around the Balboa Park. And it is, like, out of all, like, the botanical garden, like, and the botanical garden part was closed, which was a bummer, but the Japanese garden was open. But you have to pay, like, every nook and cranny, you have to pay for it. I've been into, like, the Sydney botanical gardens, like, I've been to this was the first one where I was like, you have to literally pay to do everything. Like, we went, like, the bamboo forest you could do, or the palm tree forest, like, was free. So we just, like, walked around. Oh, my favorite one was there was a village where it had all these different houses of different countries. So like Scotland, Ireland, I think Colombia, Germany. That was my favorite thing. I was like, this is sick. So by the time we walked around all the different houses, we were getting dinner with our friend Maysoon. And so, but that was like my favorite. So I recommend if you don't want to spend any money, do the like Palm Tree Cove. Then we also saw like this orchestra like musical thing going on, and you could do, I think the next time, because the Museum of Us was $20, and I feel like if we got, because I think I've done that before with my parents, and there's like body, like you could, it's like human stuff and like inside and blood. I have this memory of seeing a body and like blood vessels and like the inside of us, and that's really cool. So I think, because I'm already gonna go back. Like, we had so much fun that like I'm always like, okay, like I definitely want to do San Diego again, because there were some things that we just didn't get to do, and also there's a shipwreck down there that I'd love to scuba dive. So if we would have gotten there earlier, I definitely would have done the Museum of Us. Like $20, like I think that's expensive, but like, because in like the UK, like museums are free. So it's just, but America, it's just like have to literally pay for everything. So I think next time I would want to be able to go sooner and like just spend a good amount of time if I'm gonna pay to go in there, not only do like an hour of it. Really, really do it up good. So that was fun. I definitely recommend. There's like hikes that you could do. We could have spent the whole day at like the beach if we wanted to, because it rained on Saturday, stopped before the concert, and just like didn't rain anymore. And so Sunday we had lovely weather. The rest of the trip was great. So I mean, rain don't bother us. And it was so funny because everybody in San Diego was like, oh my god, it's raining. Oh my god, it never rains. Can't believe it's raining. What? And I was like, yes, it rains. Like, are you not aware of climate change? The earth is like fucked. You better expect for it to rain a lot more. Like, shit's changing. Because everybody was super apologetic to the fact that we came down and the weather was like that. And I was just like, the rain don't bother me. Cold don't bother me. Are you kidding me? And honestly, bad weather, less people are out. Bad weather is not always a bad thing. And I mean, obviously, if the concert was outside, like we thought it was going to be, and like it was pouring, like obviously happy it stopped raining, but you know, you adapt. You make the best of it. Like, you do what you gotta fucking do. And so, after we were done at the Balboa Park, hold on, I'm fucking talking so much, I need a sip of water, and a little bong rip. Whew. Okay. Doing good. Okay, so we went to the taco stand in La Jolla. It's literally what it was called, Taco Stand La Jolla. Mace took us there, and it was delish. It was like a poppin' place, and it was good. It was like delish, and it was just like, oh, so good to like catch up. Like, you know, like we haven't seen somebody in a while, and it's like good to just like, you know, catch up on life, see how everything's like going, and have known Mace for like 6 years. Yeah, so yeah, it was good to, you know, catch up. And then he took us like back down to where we are, and Allie and I ended up going to go get drinks after, because we were like, okay, what are we gonna do? Because, oh my gosh, yes, so you guys remember the taco guy at the beginning? I had reached out to him after, because he was like, yo, let me know when the concert's done, like, let's hang out. And then he wanted me to go one place. I ended up going to the Shore Club, and then like we never met up. And then he was like trying to meet up again. He was like, I really want to see you before you leave. And then I was like, okay, like I'm doing dinner, let's meet up after. Yeah, like never really heard from him on that department. And so Allie and I were like, okay, what do we want to do? And so we went to the holding company for drinks, got up at the bar, and they have like peanut butter whiskey, like the Screwball peanut butter whiskey. And so I've had that before, and I know it's like super good. We were like, okay, like let's do some shots. So we got some shots, and then we got like an actual like drink with the Screwball with the peanut butter whiskey. And so we were sipping on there, you know, just like doing our thing. And it wasn't like super packed or whatever, but like they had music playing, like the bar was fun, like we were having a good time. And then, you know, just like two gentlemen like come up to us, and they just like start chit-chatting with us, and they were like really nice, and like they totally meant well. Like I did enjoy like talking to them, like all of that stuff, but like again with like the touching, like just like getting real, and I just think like one, because of COVID, two, because like I don't really go out much. Like I travel, but like when I'm home, like I'm home. Like I hadn't like been out like that really since like Thanksgiving, when I went out to my like home bar, and when I went out with the girls, but that's like our home bars. But like still, yeah, like I just don't really go out that much, and so it's just like I really like value personal space, and they just like were just like getting really close, and then they just wanted to buy us drinks, which like totally like thank you so much, but like we were sipping on our drinks, just like we were just like hanging, and they I think were just like really drunk, and then they like bought. So one of the guys literally bought 4 tequila shots and then made his brother pay, like ordered them and then handed the bill and then handed it to the brother that I was talking to, and was just like, yeah, you're picking up the tab. And we were like, wow, you're gonna order shit and then make him pay? That's fucked. Like, no way. Me and Allie kind of like got, which we should have just like said something, but you know, sometimes it's just like hard to like say things. You don't want to hurt somebody's, just like hurt somebody's feelings, because like I wish we would have just been like, hey, like it was really lovely chatting with you guys, but like we kind of just like want to like get back to our drinks and just like hang out with each other, because we just kind of like drank our drinks. Like I literally was at the end was just like actually like trying to just like finish my drink so that we could just leave, and I kind of just like cut our night short. But then again, the drinks were like $16, and I was like, are we really gonna like fucking pay for another drink? No. Appreciate the attention, but like also I could have used a little bit more like space, but that's just like who I am. And I don't know, does anybody else like how does everybody else handle situations like that? Because even after I was like we should have just said something. We should have just been like, hey, like thank you, but no thank you, like thank you, like lovely chatting. Yeah, that happened, and so that was kind of our night Sunday. Oh, and then when I finally get into bed and I'm just like just like, I'm hot, I'm cozy, I'm just like doing what I do. And then the taco guy, he's like, I'm so sorry, I went and had drinks and I just woke up from the nap. Are you still up? And I was like, are you still out? I was like, no, I'm literally in bed. What the fuck? And then he was like, oh, bummer. Or he said some shit about like really wanted to see me before I left. And he was like, you leave tomorrow. And then, I was just like, which honestly, we followed each other on Instagram, but I didn't save his number. So, but he was sexy. Like, he had really good teeth. He was really good body because I stalked his Instagram. And so, like, he was fine. He was a fine gentleman. So, moving on to Monday, because we didn't leave it. We left Monday evening. We, again, kind of just had a slow morning. And we just walked literally in our pajamas because we had to check out by 11. So, we just, like, walked down to the beach. Like, because when you walked out of the hospital, the hostel, the beach was literally down your left. And then you could see the beach right there. And so, it was just like a boop. And so, we walked down there and we went to the Obi Surf Lounge. And it was just, like, what we needed. It was just, like, we ended up ordering, like, whiskey again with the peanut butter stuff. It was just like good. But then we also ordered frittatas with veggies, and it was also really good. And it was just like right on the beach, and we just had like a lovely breakfast. And then we went back, checked out. We were able to like store our luggage like there all day, and then we decided to go surfing. And so the hostel told us where we could go rent wetsuits, and then they gave us a discount because we were staying at that hostel, and we rented wetsuits. I think it was like $16. So surfing altogether cost $29, and that was for this surfboard, which was $12 from the hostel. And so we like surfed for like an hour, and let me tell you, it was chilly, but like we did it. I got up like 3 times. At first it was, oh my gosh, it was so hard, but we should have been watching the other surfers. They were like walking along this way, and because it was super sandy, so we finally made our way to the left. We're walking it, but prior to that, in which I'm a beginner and it was cold, I had nerves, I had a little bit of anxiety, and I finally saw a wave, and there was another surfer who literally looked like he was like, has been doing this forever, and I just was on the right side. Like, because I'm a beginner, I was just as far away as I could be from anybody else, so I could just have my space. And then I saw him catch the wave on the other side, and I was like, okay, but it was still coming so that I could get it too, and we were nowhere near each other, and then all of a sudden, he just banks a right, and then is like right on top of me as I'm also going, and I was like, oh my god. And then we collide, and then he was like, are you a beginner? I was like, yes, but I didn't like, why did you get so close to me? You have this whole ocean and you want to get on top of, like, why were you near me? You didn't need to choose the path to me. And so I just, I was embarrassed. I was like, sorry, I'm sorry. And then I just like hightailed it to the other side and was like, so sorry, sir. Let me just like get away from you, and you can have this side of the ocean. We get to just like the other side, and I was, oh man, feeling good. Like, I got up 3 times and it was fun. Like, I felt so stable in my body. Like, core, like, move it, like, my balance needs to be better. Like, I definitely, because at one point I stepped with my right foot and I thought, because when I snowboard, I like my right foot back. And so I kind of would get jibbled, but I just, just kind of breathe and move. But I did good. I was, like, excited because I was like, whoa. Because I finally was able to just like time when the wave was powerful enough to take me with it, and I would just go and so surfing was fun. Because it was so cold, I started just going numb. Like, I was like, okay, I like can't move my body anymore. But we were in there for like an hour. Like, we had fun. Like, I'm 100% like, if you could just brace the cold, just do it. Like, it was a good time. And then after we like showered at our hostel, like changed, and we wanted to go get kind of like a dinner and like a lunch and dinner, and so we went to the Harumana Noodles and Buns. It was a walk, like a 15-minute walk from, oh my god, completely forgot. Wait, just kidding. Before we went and got lunch, we did the Sunset Cliffs. And I was just so, like, bummed because I didn't realize that the Sunset Cliffs were right next, like, below us. Like, I don't even know where I thought they were, but they were walking distance. And I would have spent way more time. I would have made it more of a point to go out there, like, more. And so if I would stay at that hostel again, specifically to just be that close to the Sunset Cliffs. Because that was like pretty fun, like awesome. Like, I could like to be able to listen to the ocean and be on the cliffs like that. Like, I could have stayed out there forever. Like, it was bummed that I didn't do it, like had more time there, but also a great way to end the trip. Because after that, that's when we went to lunch, and then after lunch, that's when we went to the airport. The Sunset Cliffs were pretty sweet. Like, I would have like loved to just like sit there and look at the stars and listen to the waves, but it was fucking cold. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it was chilly, especially at night. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, San Diego's great. Like, I can see why people love it down there. Like, it's a vibe. Like, it's really good. And other things that, like, in terms of, like, what I brought, I went to Trader Joe's and I got snacks, which I'm really happy I got, like, especially the meat sticks. Sticks were a hit, especially in the morning. It's just, like, my sister gave me this idea. She's like, I love them in the morning when, right before work. It's just, like, that boost of protein, and it's just, like, a zapper. And I, after I passed out at the bar in Amsterdam, I was like, I needed that after, the whole truffles and stuff, because they suppress your appetite. I brought meat sticks, nuts, and dried fruit, and that was like perfect. And I didn't even need to bring all what I brought, because we ate the meat sticks, but I still have all of like the dried fruit, the everything bagel, nuts, and yeah, all that. So, but which was good to have because I can munch on that stuff now. Let's see what else. Oh, Uber is better than Lyft. Lyft was like way more expensive than Uber, like most of the time. Like, there was only maybe once or twice where because Allie had Uber and I had Lyft, and I got like the Lyft like pink status trial thing where things are discounted and you get priority, and they were like still fucking expensive. So recommend Uber over Lyft. For the airport, I just kind of noticed that the San Diego airport had all gender bathrooms. Love that. And they also had a lactation room, so I jotted that down because I just wanted to give them props for that. Things that we forgot an umbrella, and we forgot like a speaker. I have like a little hostel, like a travel speaker that I just always forget, but luckily there was a Target right next to our hostel. We were able to like get stuff. We were able to get like locks, and yeah, I think I like covered everything in terms of what we did. The flight was easy out there, easy back, not long. Southwest was fine, like no complaints there. I really liked all the luggage that, actually Allie had this thing where you can hang your bathroom stuff. I kind of want to get one because I don't like all my shit touching everything. Like today today was like a designated like clean things, disinfect things, which is like the first time that I actually like wiped everything like as detailed as I did this time, as thorough as I did this time. In the hostels, it's just like everything's touching everything, and you just like, no. So I want to be able to hang something like my bathroom stuff, so it's not touching the counters. And I have my system right now, it's like in one big bag, and it's kind of a hot mess, and it fits. I like it because it fits everything. I think I could have a better system, so I definitely want to do some research on like a new bathroom bag and like see what's out there. I'm gonna do like a weekender, so this was like literally like 2 nights 3 days, like a weekender packing thing, like So yeah, we'll see what I'm gonna do for the website page on that. I gotta get my creative juices flowing and plan that. And then, so to go over pricing for everything, so when I added everything up, it came to a total of $693 for 2 nights, 3 days. So accommodation was $85, flight was $167, transportation, this one's for the Ubers, it was $132.28, and that was like just my portion. So that's like splitting it. So for the two of us, like double that. But we also knew that Ubers were going to be expensive, but we also could have used public transportation if we wanted to. Like, it was very simple there. And we also did the scooters, which I don't fucking recommend. Like the spin ones, fuck them. They literally, like, you have to stay in a specific designated area. And when I went to park it, it literally said you couldn't park it here. And so we started going somewhere else, and then it like stopped working on me, and I had to fucking muscle it back up to the parking spot. It was just fucking bullshit. That's what that was. Don't fuck with the scooters unless you want to. I'm just not a fan of them. And then for like activities, the concert was $45, surfing was $29, food, the snacks were like $28, breakfast cost $98. That was definitely more expensive. Like, we like got drinks. We like did up our breakfasts, and then lunch and dinners were like $47 because like our tacos really weren't that expensive. When we went to the Haroma noodles and buns for lunch, we went during happy hour. That really wasn't that expensive. Drinks, when we went to drinks at the concert and then drinks at the holding company, that was $40. When I went to Target, and that was $10. And then for me personally, I didn't have to pay for my flight this time around because I had a credit from Cabo, because we canceled Cabo. So for me, it cost me $5.26. So I mean, not bad. It was a good weekend. Do I have the money to continue doing a trip like that? No. But I kind of consider that as like, didn't do Cabo. And I was going to spend way more fucking money during Cabo. And my birthday was like close. So, birthday trip, no Cabo trip. Good times. Like really good times. And so happy days. I hope everyone is, having a lovely day, that they also, has been having like a good time doing what they do. I'm trying to think just like what... Oh, I literally almost fucking forgot. Okay, so because I was just, trying to figure out end this episode, because, I feel like, I covered everything for San Diego, but 2 things. One, very exciting. I paid for yoga teacher training today, and so I am just like, I committed, and I'm gonna become a yoga teacher, and that just feels awesome. Like, I cannot wait to be able to bring yoga to Ma on Fine, and, just add a little, another little thing that I can just like teach and talk about and, educate. And yeah, so I think that is really gonna be a great thing. And the second thing was, I'm off birth control. I am no longer on birth control. And so I finally got myself off birth control. I have been doing my cycles, tracking my cycles. I've been doing the open CrossFit, and I've been correlating how I feel during my cycle when I'm working out, like all of this stuff. Like, I have been on my research. I listened to my podcast, Alex Adele, the Holistic Women's Health podcast. Like, she has taught me so much, and I appreciate her podcast so much, and all the free education that she offers. So I've just been very in tune with my body and myself, and I'm off birth control. It's been a week, and I'm just, waiting for like symptoms and just like, to see what the fuck is gonna happen, reading my hormones and just, being aware. And so at the beginning, I wanted to get my hormones tested, and so I got in contact with just like my Kaiser doctor, and I was like, I want to get my hormones tested. Well, he ordered those labs, and it wasn't the hormones that are like directed or that are related to your cycle, which is progesterone. Hold on, let me go into my Flow app. This is what I use, and I actually really like it. Like, I'm ovulating right now. Hormones are high. Hormones are like at their highest. So hormones and body. So I'm literally going to read, I'm day 14 of my cycle. Hormones and body. Ovulation may occur today with estrogen high, strength and pain tolerance are boosted. I'm literally stronger, and I can tolerate more fucking shit. Okay, potential wins. Stronger muscles due to still high estrogen levels. Muscle strength returns to the baseline level faster after strenuous exercise, so you could try tough weight-based cardio. Pain resistance. High estrogen levels are also linked with lower pain sensitivity, so this could be a good time to do something ouchie you've been putting off, like a trip to the cosmetologist. That would actually be good, because when I get my facials, she does extractions, and that hurts. Like, and it's like a need, but it does not feel good. Okay, potential challenges. Being impulsive. Yes, I can be impulsive. Surging estrogen and dopamine levels that trigger reward-seeking behavior may make it hard to control impulses, so this may not be the best day for internet shopping. Major munchies. Oh God, yes. Okay, that makes so much sense. I've been going to town on these chocolate-covered almonds all day today. I'll be like, why do I keep going back to these? Why am I keep eating these? Basal body temperature rises in tandem with progesterone, so you expend more energy and may end up eating more. Go for fiber-rich options, for example, sweet potatoes instead of potatoes. So I need to stop eating all of those chocolate-covered almonds with sea salt, but they're so good. I got them at fucking Trader Joe's. So let's just know that hormones are fucking important, and they are so crucial to your body. They literally send signals to your body. They're like your body's messenger, and how you're gonna feel, and like all this crazy ass shit. I reckon this is me just talking about like what I currently know, trying to relay information that I have learned from experts. Yeah, but anyways, I'm just doing a little disclaimer because it's just like I will do dedicated research on this, but that's just not what this episode was about. But I literally got on the call with my doctor because I was like, I need my actual hormones tested, like the ones that are with my cycle, my progesterone, like all the ones that I just talked about right now, and I need you to get them tested. And this motherfucker is like, and it's a male. It's not my regular doctor. It's a male, and which is fine, but it's just like you're not gonna like. I just prefer a female when it's talking about like, the body that's on like the monthly cycle. You can have a day cycle, like male cycles are 24 hours. Their hormones work in 24 hours. And then a female, or just like somebody that has a cycle and who bleeds, they are on a monthly hormone thing, which is literally what I've been showing in my fucking CrossFit videos. I know for a fact my hormones have played a huge part in my energy levels when I've been competing in the open. So yeah, for sure. I was like, I just got off birth control, and I would like to get my hormones tested so that I know like just like where they are and like where they're at. And he is just like,
he just basically told me that don't need to get my hormones tested. They're really not that important, and that I should just wait until I start having freaking migraines and my tits hurt and I start breaking out. And I was just like, our hormones are so important. How are you literally telling me on this phone call right now that there's no point as a woman for me to get my hormones tested? And then I went into my whole spiel about hormones, and he was just like, I didn't know that. I was like, okay, well, can I get my hormones tested? Because like, it's important. Like, just because you don't think it is, like, it's important. And then he was like, I don't want to argue with you. And I was like, okay, sounds good. Are you going to order them? And he was like, yeah. So in the end, I got my hormones tested. I'm going to go over them with my actual doctor. Yeah, I was just like very put off by that conversation with a Kaiser doctor. And that's not my only one where I've just been like, do you guys know things? Like, what is being taught, So yeah, I think this is where I'm going to end this episode, encroaching on almost an hour. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you are going to go to San Diego, I highly recommend. I hope this episode helps you plan and, just get inspired to take a little weekend trip and go see a concert and have some fun and, maybe wear a wig if you want to, it's all fun. So
I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you would like to give Mom Fine some love, you can share this episode and your thoughts. You can leave a comment, give Mom Fine a rating, or send me an email. It is contact@momfine.com. Your thoughts and feedback help so much, and all it costs you is your time, and I appreciate it greatly. If you want to connect through my socials, my Instagram is @ma.im.fine, and YouTube, Pinterest, and Twitter is @momfine. So Instagram is the only one with the dots in between the words. The services that I offer are legal support. So if you are an attorney or a prosecutor, I would like to offer my time to you. I will organize and go through discovery. I will create your preliminary hearing and trial binders, create transcripts, take notes, draft declarations, and give my thoughts regarding evidence from a juror's perspective. If you are needing some assistance with your social media and you are wanting some branding posts, I would be happy to connect with you and create and design your Meet the Team post, about post, contact post, and your story highlights. So if you would like to either connect with me regarding legal support or social media assistance, you can go ahead and email me. My email is contact@momfine.com, and please just make the subject line either legal support or social media. Okay, so I create itineraries, and if you are needing an itinerary made, or if you want to check out the itineraries that I have already created on the Thatch app, and then my Etsy shop where you can buy all of Mom Fine sweatshirts, everything that I am talking about right now will be linked in the show notes. So if you just want to look there, you will see everything linked, and that will get you where you need to go. The last thing is to go into what is on the website. I have a page where you can find all of my episodes, and then I have a folder called Travel, and so you can see all of my photos. You can listen to the episodes that correlate with each place. In the folder Learn, you can see all of my drum sesh videos and how I've been practicing and learning the drums, and then also there is a podcast page where you can see all of my podcasts that I listen to, just like learn and to grow. In the shop folder, you have all of my shopping essentials. So what I have for my backpacking, when I go backpacking, when I redid my room, all the stuff I bought for my room, my camping essentials. I am an affiliate for the company Vanessa Flair, and they have gold jewelry, they have more jewelry than that, but they have like really cute shit. And I really like them. So if you want to be an affiliate as well, let me know, and I send you what you need to do to get that going. And it's honestly like, here's the thing. I still literally pay $30 to get the jewelry, but for me, I was like, I can just like rack up hella jewelry and just like treat myself for the next couple months, like in getting all this jewelry and like try to make some sales and like try to do it. But like ultimately, I'm just like really getting my jewelry selection just really poppin'. And it's like cute stuff. Like it's like my staples that I use now. And so if you don't want the 30% off, but you're like, oh yeah, like I could like spend $30 a month to get some hella nice jewelry and then like try to make some sales, let me know, because I'll either give you my discount code or I will give you the associate link. So connect with me if you would like that. I also have my office page. So everything that I have for my office at the time of this recording is in phase 1, and so this page has just like all of my goodies and just like all of the things that I bought as of right now to just get my space in the office ready. The last one in the shop essentials is the life cycle mushrooms. I love these mushrooms. I take them in the morning, I take them at night, and they have just really helped to improve my health. So if you are interested in that, check out that website page. I go into more detail about just like my thoughts about each mushroom extract that I use, and it has really helped me and I enjoy taking them. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you all have a lovely day. And I will see you when I see you.